Caelynn claps back about those texts. Chris Harrison teases a dumpster fire in Sayulita. And speaking of Harrison, who is he most afraid to face when being interviewed? All of that coming up on Bachelor News Daily. Caelynn Miller-Keyes is refusing to remain silent as private text conversations between her and Blake went public on Monday and viral on Tuesday. For specifics about those texts, check out yesterday's Batch News Daily coverage, but for now, let's focus on Caelynn's response. In a post with a single lonely rose emoji, Caelynn offered a very long response to the text release drama. As mentioned, her statement was lengthy, so we're gonna focus on the highlights. She offers, "I am not here to deny those text messages or the conversations that took place. Things got taken out of context on the show, and a large part of the story is missing. The reality of the situation is that Blake was not a one-night stand at a music festival, and the 5 a.m. text exchange that Blake chose to share is not an accurate representation of our relationship. I attempted to address my feelings and the situation with Blake face to face, and it's unfortunate that I didn't get the same respect in return, and I am absolutely mortified our private texts were put out there for the world to see and judge by someone who I trusted and considered a friend nonetheless. It's clear to me that Blake and I had different ideas of what our relationship was. We started talking months before Stagecoach. We FaceTimed every day and talked about potentially skipping Paradise to be together. When I say he ghosted me, it was after those few months of us talking. It was my understanding that there was no one else, and I thought we were on the same page." She goes on to talk about her frustration as America has been trolling her about her sex life, especially in regards to her past as a survivor of sexual assault. Her hope moving forward is that everyone can continue to support each other. What are your thoughts on Caelynn's rebuttal? Does it change your mind about what Blake chose to release? Like Caelynn, Chris Harrison is not letting Blake off the hook for his behavior this season either. In a recent interview on E! Harrison offered his commentary on Blake's current BIP predicament, saying, "Blake himself was an absolute dumpster fire. He was just a car wreck, man. What everyone in America will be asking is, what were you thinking when you went to Stagecoach and you hooked up with not only 2 women in 2 nights, 2 women from our franchise that know each other?" Based on Harrison's comments, I have a feeling this isn't the last we're gonna see of a very panicked Blake Horstmann in Sayulita. Speaking of Harrison, he opened up about his growing romantic relationship with ET correspondent Lauren Zima on Nick Viall's podcast. Among other great insights, Harrison describes how he and Zima are able to maintain professionality despite the career crossover. Harrison playfully quipped, "I'll be honest, I'm scared to death of Lauren. She's one of the best interviewers I ever face, and when I go into an interview with her, I have to have my head on straight because she's so good at just finding the crack and then going in." Personally, I was a bit skeptical of Harrison and Zima's early relationship, but I must say, I've become a big fan. The two of them are naturally likable apart and together, and both of them are excellent at their jobs. I hope that ship continues to sail. For now, that's all we've got, but make sure to stay tuned to additional Bachelor content here on AfterBuzz TV's reality channel, and make sure to subscribe. I'll be here every day keeping you posted on the latest news in Bachelor Nation, in addition to hosting our Paradise After Show on Tuesdays, and we'll see you tomorrow.